Chicago home prices have risen dramatically over the past 2 years or so. And the question on everyone's mind is, will Chicago home prices come down? And if so, when? Today we're going to give you the 3 must-watch numbers that give you the best idea of where home prices are headed next. But before we do you want to know where home prices are headed in your neighborhood or your community or town? Fill out the form below with your name, email, and the neighborhood you're interested in, and we will send you a custom report that lets you know where home prices are likely to head in your area next. Okay, 3 numbers that tell you where home prices are likely to head next. First is months supply. The number of months supply in a market gives you the best idea of whether it's a buyer's market right now or a seller's market. If it's a seller's market, home prices are likely to rise. If it's a buyer's market, home prices are likely to stay steady or maybe fall a little bit. Here's how it works. You take the number of homes that are currently for sale in a given market and divide it by the number of homes that sold the last month. Here's an example. If there are 90 homes for sale in Wicker Park, where our office is, and 30 of them sold last month, then that would mean there is a 3-month supply. Another way of saying it is that if nobody else listed their home for sale, Wicker Park would be out of homes for sale in the next 3 months in this scenario. Now you may be thinking, okay, but what does that tell me? You need some context. Anything more than 6 months of supply is considered a buyer's market. In that market, buyers have more negotiating power, they have more options, and prices are likely to hold steady or maybe fall, depending on how much more supply there is. Between 4 and 6 months is a balanced market. It's not really a buyer's market, it's not really a seller's market. Home prices are going to remain fairly steady, maybe rise a little bit. Less than 4 months of supply is a seller's market. That means there's going to be more buyers than there are homes for sale. We're going to see multiple offers. Homes are going to sell for more than their list price and very quickly. Prices will rise. Now remember, I said anything less than 4 months is a seller's market. There are many neighborhoods in Chicago, communities around Chicago, that are seeing only 1 or 2 months of supply as of press time for this video. That means those are strong sellers markets, and that's why prices have been rising so quickly. With month supply so low, we can expect to see home prices actually continue to rise in the near future. Now that's the near future, maybe 2, 3, 4 months. But what about after that? Where are home prices headed next? To get a look even further down the road, I like to look at 2 more numbers. The first one is a measure of the demand for a market, and it's the number of homes going under contract. So this one's a lot simpler. It's not an equation, it's just a count. How many homes went under contract in the market in the last month, 6 months, or year? If you see the number of contracts increasing, that tells me that demand for a market is picking up and that it's likely to see home prices increase over the next 3 to 6 months. If I see the number of contracts in a market decreasing, it tells me one of 2 things. One, it might be telling me that demand for that area is decreasing and prices may soon fall. However, it might also be telling me that there's simply not much to buy in that market. And that's what we're actually starting to see in a lot of the Chicago market. There are so few homes for sale that the number of contracts is actually coming down a little bit, but that doesn't necessarily mean that demand is decreasing. It could just mean that we're out of homes to buy, which is why we want to look at that 3rd number as well. The 3rd number that tells you where home prices are headed in a market is the number of homes for sale. If I see the number of homes for sale increasing in a market, that means buyers in that market will soon have more options. That means they'll be able to negotiate their prices, market times will increase, and we may see home prices start to soften up a little bit in that market. If I see the number of homes for sale decreasing, then that tells me that there are going to be fewer options for those buyers, more multiple offers, higher prices. One important asterisk on all 3 of these numbers, they are seasonal, okay? So there's always going to be lower demand in November and December than there is in March and April. Okay, there's always going to be more homes for sale in June and July than there are in December. For that reason, it's important to compare the numbers to the same month or same time period in the years prior. You can also look at a 12-month trailing average. To see where each of these numbers is at right now for the Chicagoland area, check out our blog post below. And again, if you want to know what's going on in your specific market, because they do vary, folks, a lot from market to market, fill out that form below with your name, email, and the area that you're interested in, and we'll send you a custom report. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you liked what you saw here today, and we'll be back with more advice for buyers and sellers in the Chicago area very soon.